Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Center of Excellence on this 26th March. We just lay it out like that. 2026. Sergeant's Time. U.S. Army WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio. Ice your hosts. Man, good Lord have mercy. What a day, what a day. First off, I just want to get off my chest. There was a post that was posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments. And a slew of images. Maybe I might do the agenda backwards. I don't know. A slew of images came in, and there was a vehicle, and that kind of like boom, boom, and you know, bumped the tank. And I'm just gonna say this right now to the chain of command that is out threatening repercussions or going on a hunt. Don't do it. It ain't gonna work. We receive a plethora of images from a ton of individuals, some enlisteds, some officers, some, let's just say all ranks sent this in, that in different angles and images. And I know everyone's trying to like triangulate what images are. We have a omnidirectional, lens purview of this image, of images. It's like, I don't know, it happened about an hour-ish ago, and the next thing you know, all we got was flooding of this. It looks like a Hemet did a little boop on a tank, and so immediately you're like, oh shit, this is a big deal. It came flying in. Well then, I was just gonna go on its normal and in the normal WTF Moments scheduling plan, when all of a sudden we got this. Also, only warning, if there's pictures on today's incident surfing the internet, there will be severe repercussions for the individuals responsible. You're going to have to get like the entire company of that, the entire organization, because everyone's been snapping pics from different angles. I didn't even realize you could get good angles from these pics that we've been receiving. So good luck. Don't be threatening your troops. Not going to say the unit, but you know, that's usually how Jose comes back from retirement when stuff like this gets posted. So we decided, you know what, I'm going to talk about this thing. Anyways, welcome to Sergeant's Time. So, not really much of a show today. Well, I would say we have a pretty light agenda. There were some people that are a little upset in the inbox. So that was just that one. So we'll go back to the normal timeline. All right, the olds. The olds can join the army now. I don't know if you guys have seen the article. Well, many articles, I should say. And then, of course, everyone likes to jump back and forth and tries to make some sort of political connection to it when there really isn't a political connection to it. But at any rate, so The Army raises the enlistment age to 42. Yeah. So all you guys that are shit talking, they're a bunch of keyboard warriors. They're like, if I was still if it was lower the age, then I'd. Well, here's your chance. Feel free to join. Contact your local recruitment office or contact us, and we will push you to the right people. We will channel you to the right organization that can help you out if you want to so join. Now, everyone's like, well, how come you don't? Look, man, some of us are already old and retired. Some of you have not even decided to join. So it's kind of like, don't break balls on the retirees or those that have been injured or medically retired or retired, whatever. And look, everyone's like putting I guess there's a fad where everyone's putting their dress uniform back on, their dress jackets coming back on. Hey, man, more power to you. I mean, I don't even know if my shit fits anymore. Might fit. But I don't know if I'll be able to close it, but because I have gained some heft in my retirement days, but I got it. Yeah, you guys want? If you want to meme it and something like that, don't get mad if all of a sudden they say, "Oh, hey," I know some individuals that are going to be able to enlist anyways because of whatever codes they have on their DD-214s. But anyways, so the new recruiting bump of age for recruits from 35 to 42. So now, all the ones that said, hey, if I was a little, now don't get me wrong. There are some individuals that I have seen posting on social media. Hey, I think I'm going to do this. Some guys and gals that want to go for it. Hey, fucking go for it, man. All for it. The previous age limit, of course, as I said before, was 35. And there were some exceptions, of course, that were, for a higher age limit. And brings the Army in line with the other services limits of 41. And the Navy at 42 and the Space Force and all that. Kate Kuminski, who studies military recruiting for the Center for a New American Security, talked to the task and purpose and said that, provided some input to the article that you're going to see posted. I think we already posted it. Yeah, it was already posted on the timeline at U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments. Patty Nyberg wrote the article. So just go ahead and check it out. Just scroll down if you don't want to listen to it or if you want to go into the read because I'm going to scam through the notes. Recruiting officials have noted in recent years the average age of soldiers increasing, with officials telling reporters in 2024 that the average recruit age was 22, 4 months, and that's still going up. When you kind of think about it, the GWAT was kind of winded down. Like, oh, I think I'll join the military for some college or to some educational benefits. Or just, hey, now that things are dying down. I'm not going to say that people were joining for the wrong reasons or not joining for the wrong reasons, but all of a sudden the GWAT happened, or new GWAT 2.0, it's like new Coke, new GWAT. How did the helmet not lose the windshield? You can't park there. Well, you guys are like, the comments are starting to flow in. So, let's see. Am I late for the behooving and caveating? No, you are not. This is Sergeant's time. Yeah, behoove and caveating. What's up, King Smith? See, I'm going to just go ahead and crunkest intro of all. Man, thank you so much, King Smith. That's iteration 2, second generation service time intro. That's what I said. If you're in the gunner seat and helping check preventing those words. Yep, exactly. Yo, you can't park there. Like all the 70s again. How did the helmet not lose a windshield? Let's rejoin. Yeah. Shadow, I was thinking about, I mean, there was just like, when somebody asked me, how old were you when you joined the Army? I guess they thought that it was I joined during the GWAT. I was already in. But my deployment to Operation Iraqi Freedom, I think I was 32. So I was old compared to the statistical age of deployers. Emperor says, I'm 41, I never go back. Yeah, there's some people that did their time and all that stuff. Hey, look, man, if you did your time, you did your time. There's nothing wrong with that. But the ones that, they're like, oh, okay, guys, you better come back, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, there's some fresh meat. Join. Put your money where your mouth is. Make a difference. Yada, yada. So Kaminsky said that the change of positive and negatives, according to a report she authored in Rand Corporation. Wait a minute. That name sounds familiar. What do I know that name from? Many older recruits scored higher on an enlistment qualification test than recruits that joined before 20. Now, I'm about to say, that has been a systemic issue in society right now. The kids just sucking at the ASVAB. Obesity rates. bone structural injuries that have increased, stress fractures / shin splints. I just see this recent female soldier trying to live stream. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that, Insomniac. UK National. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I have some friends from down under and across the pond. My Lamy friends and my Kiwis that I talk to all the time. They're always like, how come they don't let, PIQ says UK National should be allowed to join. Should be allowed. We're only across the pond and we speak the same language, right? Yeah. Why can't you why can't you guys join? Do your enlistment 6 years and then process on your way out. Don't listen to the yes ones. I have a feeling that that's the reason why we have a lot of veteran immigration ICE issues is because, hey, if you join the military, you'll be an automatic citizen, blah, 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 blah. But they're only to get you the hook. But then when you go to the S1 shop, what do you mean? Automatic citizen. Whatever. Did you see the customer hours, by the way? We're closed. No. Yes, Insomniac, we were going to talk about that. Actually, this is the tail. That story is the trailer, is the hook to the other end of that conversation. So, older recruits are less likely to graduate from basic training and had higher attrition rates. I want to know real stats because here's what pisses me off. Now, normally, I don't know. I've been around in a minute because I am of old. Usually, when they're starting to raise the age limits of enlistment and waiving some stuff, that generally means we need more people. That means the bodies need to come in. I'm just saying. Only from pure experience, of course. Which, of course, it does not fit to any narrative. Then, of course, I don't have experience. That everyone likes to say. Well, you don't know. I kind of do. Matter of fact, anybody who's been experienced, whether they're a veteran or still in, has seen the effect of the gwat of what happens. Holly says, me at 40. Army says I'm too crazy to join. SSDI says I'm not crazy enough. You never know. I'll do 2 decades without citizenship. Man, they might be anticipating. I don't know, with the way the narratives are from the Sunday, from the Monday edition. You guys remember everybody saying, "What about the VA? Blah, blah. You guys are a bunch of loafers and crap. Blah, blah, blah. Name a reason why you should get disability." Blah, 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 blah. Why they let David Goggins back in? He's only 20. Isn't he 20 years past the cutoff? Hey, I don't know. I don't know what the process was for him to come back in. PIQ. I'm not crazy enough. I'm retarded. I'm about to say a lot of us that have joined or have served have got a little bit of that tink, that tism. We talk about the tism. A little bit of the tism. I don't know. I don't know. I joined when I was young. I was like 18, just turned 18. So I don't know I remember we had a specialist when I was in basic training. The dude was in the Navy, as a matter of fact. He was in the Navy for a little bit. And then I think he was in for like 6 years or something like that. Then he got out and decided to join the Army. Well, he was a specialist in basic training. Like they didn't mess with him at all. The drill sergeants didn't fuck with him at all. He was an old salt. I'm gonna tell you what, some of the seafaring squids, those squabs, they're tough. I mean, they have a different air about them. So the drill sergeants didn't really mess with him. We had to call him specialists. Well, obviously that was his rank, but they kind of left him alone. But he was still with the privates. He was still, this was basic training back in the 80s and 90s. He was still, he still did push-ups. He still got dropped and all that. He still was birthed with us. And so, yeah. So I want to know the real statistics of that. And here's the thing. We have not gotten real statistics on anything. Every time we talk about recruitment standards per FY, remember I gave you guys that little class on when does the FY start? And when everyone's like, oh yeah, we got people just joining in record numbers. Are you going off the FY or are you going off the calendar year? The FY, I was like, oh, record-breaking enlistments. All these people just joining. Look at the numbers. Bam. That was the last administration. Oh, the same thing with the previous administration before when people were getting out. No, we're doing good on retention. We never get We never get the accurate. I want to see some slides. I believe in. I'm a S3 enthusiast. I want to see some of them shits. I want to see some slides. I want to see some real numbers. I want to know how come units don't post that shit anymore. We bad enough we get the fucking casualty reports or casualty statistics or suicide stats. I don't know what's going on with that. So the enlistment cap is in the latest military multi-billion-dollar overhaul of recruiting. You know, come to think of it, has anybody seen any new recruiting videos? I'm not talking about the wannabe edgelord shit that we're seeing from the Department of War or the fucking the White House. Not that weird. That's only on X, of course. You barely see it on any other platforms. But have you guys seen new Army recruiting commercial? Like I said, not the edgelord shit, not the fucking call to God, all that other stuff. I'm talking about like legit, be all you could be. Have you seen any be all you could be commercials? When you're watching TV or something like that, or you're watching ESPN, have you seen any Army recruiting commercials? Aside from, obviously there's a flyover when there's a game going on. And that doesn't count. You know, that one airborne from Be All You Could Be back in the day. Remember, we talked about this before. 20%, Sergeant. They all landed the Sicily drop zone and shit. I've not seen any. Like, no shit. Gone to the movies, gone to the fucking, watched some TV, been at the bar watching sports, even fucking YouTube abs. Have you seen any YouTube abs with abs? YouTube, that's my big ab right here. Anyways, YouTube abs. Abs, why do I keep saying fucking abs? English is my second language. I gotta stop speaking to Spanish-speaking family or German-speaking family when I'm, before I go on air. YouTube ads, Alpha Delta. You know, you're watching something. I'm about to say, I've not seen an Army recruitment. Yeah, I've seen some recycled shit, but that's recycled shit that's posted. Does anyone actually join because of the recruitment videos? I would say it adds more finesse to it. Yeah, exactly that, Pip. Good point. Not since they had that one guy with Jonathan Majors, who was Kang, who supposedly had some trumped up charges on him, or there's some charges and stuff like that. I guess he was cleared, by the way, I think. And he had that one walking through time and shit where he's walking through and all that was badass. That was like, holy, we're finally getting into the be all you can be stuff again. The olds were getting all nostalgic and shit. But to go back to what Shadow's saying, there's some good Army recruiting from the 80s. When we were needed, we were there. You know, that old one. Be all that you can be. I'm not going to be singing all day, but I'm just saying. There's some stuff that was kind of like inspirational. You're sitting in a theater watching freaking whatever movie you're going to watch, and when we were needed. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. Patriotic shit? Hell yeah. Pip says, I joined because of the lava monster. Well, sorry to say that there's no lava monsters that we've been fighting lately. Insomniac says, last one I remember, it's not science fiction, it's reality, and they were helping locals out. I think that was a National Guard commercial you might have seen. I've seen the Space Force do some good ones, but they were like snippets. They weren't like, we've not seen a rolling out campaign. Anything that since the fucking Rock was supposed to join in, don't beat me up. Don't kick my ass, Rock. I'm just saying. You're supposed to be part of some sort of recruiting campaign. Paid a bunch of money to it. Millions of dollars. I've not seen anything with Rock. Too redneck without too... Well, I'm just saying, again, YouTube ads is where it's at when you see the small snippets of that. The Army Ranger commercial. Yeah, yes, sir. The OG from the 90s. Yep. The guys were in the Zodiac boat. Army Ranger, blah, 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 jumps out of the airplane. And at the end of it, he flies home to a little small regional airport, and he gets out of the plane and he sees his parents. He's like, oh, he's got his beret on shit. Yeah, remember that one too? I don't believe that the older people can't make it. I honestly don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of whatever life issues, but I don't think like make it, like don't want to do it. So everyone, again, exactly that. They're raising their ages because they need people. There's just, end the story. There you go. Changes of recent years in the Army's recruiting enterprise include installing a pre-boot camp. Everyone called it FAT camp, the soldier preparatory. I'm going to be honest with you, and this is no shit. I'd rather take a soldier that has gone through that specific course, the soldier prep course, FAT camp, whatever the fuck you want to call it, pre-BSEP, everyone's like that, pre-AFAS, whatever. I'd rather take a soldier from there because they want to be there, and they're trying to improve themselves. And they get a freaking... they get their GT score or their ASVAB scores up. They get their physical fitness down. They get in shape. Hey, man, that's a win-win. You're not too worried about seeing if this person's going to make it. Somebody who's straight off the street. The Army created a marketing scheme to move the Army's messaging past the post 9/11 wars to appeal to Gen Z. What does Gen Z want? What does Gen Z want? If you go back years later after being out, do you have to do basic again? I think there is a I think there is. I think you have to be out like 4 years, 5 years, or something like that. I don't know. Well, shit. If they're letting olds in, they just might let you in if you've already been to basic training. They might make you do like another AIT because in case your MOS is not there anymore, because the Army has cut out a lot of MOSs. So there are, of course, the changes reflected ever-evolving Army workforce with more education and job skills. So do I really want to go back? Spanky, you really got? I almost want to go back. Chris wants to go back? Yeah, you was kidding. They told me I had to be somewhere to take care of my kids. That wasn't happening. Ooh, we talked about that. We were called woke. I remember this argument, Holly. I remember this. Me and Spanky were talking about that. We're telling people to fuck them on air and stuff like that. If you're a parent, you're a single parent, you should not have to relinquish the rights of your children just to go to basic training. It's in the law. It's in the law. Nah. No way. You shouldn't relinquish your parental rights just because you want to join the service. How about we fix that too? Marijuana laws. Like, damn, let me cook. Marijuana laws, because they're doing some waivers on the MJ, because drugs are bad and high. It's kind of funny that they're raising that stuff up, and then they're not going to Retrovet. Hey, what's up, Retrovet? Haven't seen you in a minute. DLI Lackland for me was harder than basic training. The recruiter told me English school was like a vacation. Army changed something in the waiver process. Recruits no longer need a waiver for single conviction. Conviction! I'm like fucking using or something like that. Like, you've ever smoked weed before? Yes, one time experimentation. They let you in. Or I tested it once. I was under, something like that, right? Always waivers that I've seen before. But this is a conviction of possession of marijuana or possession of drug paraphernalia like bongs, roach clips, miniature spoons, and various pipes. Miniature spoons? What the fuck was? Must be the crack thing. So under the previous regulation, a recruit with only one conviction for possession of marijuana, yeah, exactly that. Recruits previously had to wait 24 months to enlist and would have to pass the drug test. But see, this was for conviction. I didn't know that. I couldn't even. Okay. I don't know if we say age has to be about effectiveness. Yeah, I was about to say, Pip, that didn't matter. We have veterans that were joining that were in the Guard and Reserves during the GWAT and that had joined before with no issues. There was a guy that was like, he broke the record, the previous record of 40 years old for Ranger School, and he went like at 42, 43 to Ranger School. So it's like, doesn't matter. So now, that shit's waived. No longer need a waiver for possession. I mean, me, when it comes to when it comes to the use of marijuana, stuff like that, I'm kind of different when it comes to that. Here's where my hippie's gonna come in. Legalize it. Same thing with fucking alcohol. a lot better pain medication than what they want to give you with opioids and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's kind of like, I didn't think it was a big deal. Now, obviously, if you're going through a piss test and it's time for you to piss and you pop hot, obviously, there are some specific jobs in the Army that you cannot be under any influence of that stuff. And by the time when you join, you should not be partaking. Okay, marijuana's bad. So nope, I don't support that. But once you're out or while you're in, it's like DUI. It's like drinking. That's like the craziest. I mean, nobody wants to admit it. That's like the fucking most craziest drug that the Army is having to deal with. What's up, Tom? I think I see a specific MOS requirements more demanding than others, which in case you have to have created MOS for a specific APFT. Well, yeah, dude. You got a specific APFT for whatever. Which we're going to talk about that in a minute. Another PT test. So I got out of a family care plan because I was a single mom. Now my kid is about to be 18 and being 100% disabled is like, I'm not going back. Yeah, I was about to say, Amber, it's one of those things to where you, I don't know, it's where you feel it. Like you got to remember, there's some things that are going on in the Army right now or going on in the military right now. Is that what you want to put up with? Is that something you want to do? And also you being 100% disabled might have had a reflection on something that you may not be able to come back in. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the specifics are, but we have to find an old person who is not an anomaly like that one dude Goggins coming in and of his age. Like I said, he's old. He's older. I mean, I'm older than him, but he's still. Wait, I don't want to date myself. How about that? I got an MJ conviction and PTSD. I'd never claim VA benefits for PTSD. Win-win, yeah. Remember, kids? Yep, drugs make it more fun. Air Force Cyber has a few job openings available near me. Man, would I have to re-enlist? Would I have to re-enlist if I apply? Well, I mean, yeah, you'd have to. Well, see, that's another thing too. They might have to make you do the ASVAB again. Again, well, matter of fact, we gotta get Recruiter Times to come back on here. So, and of course, everyone talking about both sides of the aisle on the political spectrum have signaled more of a lenient approach, except for the VA, to recruits marijuana's use, which is legal for recreational use in almost half the U.S. and legal for medical use in the majority of states. Timmy, I retired at 60, recalled until 62. Now I'm 63 and I'm too old for a third one. Hey, Timothy, I don't know, man. You never know. You never know. You never know. So the regulation which governs the enlistment process for active duty and reserve components also codifies a change made in January, which is put the Army Recruiting Command in charge of waivers for recruits with mental health or misconduct histories. Me and Spanky talked about that on a previous Sergeant's Time. So, yeah, Chapman said the waivers being approved at a 95% rate, so the higher approval authority created an unnecessary administrative burden. You think? The standards when it comes to felonious behavior has not changed, though. We're never going to lower that. That, of course, I understand. So, on the tail end of that, we will talk about a soldier that is circulating on the webs. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna talk about this? You want that?" Yes, we're gonna talk about the soldier. This individual was wearing a hijab and posted it. Matter of fact, let me just grab the video for you guys, and then we'll let you decide. Because then all the hot takes and everything saying, "Oh no, there's a freedom of speech and then freedom of religion," even though Mortar Jesus got fucking a lot of drama. So let me pull this up right here. This was a Muslim U.S. Army soldier, allegedly, was posted on the Salty Soldier. Wait, what's going on with rank? What are we talking about? Oh, who's throwing rank in there? Wait. Sergeant, I know your rank, but I aged out of the cowhand game, but I'm still mean enough to convince a bad-footed bull in a blizzard. He wanted a part of me. It took 4 hours 2 miles of headquarters. They thought I was dead, so now I intend to get back in. I'm not dead yet. Exactly. Still don't know how herd cattle, how to herd. I still know how to herd cattle. Hey man, do it, Robert. Come on in. So here's what the video is, and of course, this has been circulated all over social media and the mill spaces. And we're gonna share it, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just talk about it so we can have a discussion to talk about individuals who like to do this and then wonder the negative connotation, the negative effect that this has on individuals wanting to join, and what chains of command are doing about the social media policy, and the fact that, speaking of which, if you're going to come after us, or I should say, if you're going to come after the soldier, us, I'm speaking of the soldier right now. If you're going after soldiers for what's being posted on, I want to find out who sent that picture in of that him at rear-ending a tank, but you're not going to do anything about this, take a watch.
No politics, but would you refuse a command if it's set towards Muslims?
All right, so
Politics, but would you refuse a command if it's set towards Muslims?
see that? Now this is where everyone's freaking out about. Everyone's, oh shit, she said thumbs up. Politics. Would you refuse a command if it said towards Muslims, I guess. And that was a translation from that. And then boop, little quick thumbs up. That's what everyone's freaking out. Everyone's talking about the nuance of she's just joking. Is this parody? Is this because she's a Muslim soldier? I don't know the soldier. I don't. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you what's out there. Is that good or not? I don't know. The first thing I looked up, and that's that fucking Tom Gray dude who says he was at Fort Bragg. I don't know. He said he was doing psyop stuff. Well, okay, whatever. When you do it, it's another story. More than likely, Uncle Sam needs DD2 holders to assert the Title 18 section, blah 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 blah, against racketeering. What are you talking about, Brandon? What are you talking about? Okay, so this is what gets me live streaming day to day instead of in work in the Army. How the fuck is it allowed? Right. You're doing live. You've seen those TikTok live. We get them all the time. We get so much. We should create another page called TikTok Lives or some shit. WTF Moments, TikTok Lives or some shit. Hey, all you fake pages there that are So there's a couple of fake pages out there that have stolen our identity and say that they're us, and they're not. They're not. And we've had people pretty upset that these fake pages are acting like us, but they're not us. Doing some stupid shit. Posting some of the most stuff that you guys know it's not us. Somebody said, demanded we take the page down. We're like, yeah, hell yeah, let's take that page down. I will say this. Thank you, Meta, for slowly taking these pages down. They have been doing it little by little. So if you're using the U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments logos and or whatever, or adding just a period or like that, whatever, don't worry. Facebook is coming for you. So they've already taken down at least 5 other pages. I was like it was like 14 pages that said U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments, and there you go. We'll see what happens. At any rate, let's go back to this again. What was let's play this again. Let's get this one more time because people are like coming in going, what happened? Little PFC here. You got play this one more time so you guys can judge for yourselves because some people going, what was this about? So hang on.
No politics, but would you refuse a command if it's set towards Muslims? No politics, but would you refuse a command if it's set towards Muslims?
So, now of that, can you infer what? Who's making our cyber awareness training, and why isn't this on there? Like, don't post shit. Yeah, exactly. Heller versus Washington TV. Everyone's like, man, yeah, exactly. Everyone's like saying, not okay in my opinion. Doesn't matter your politics. This should be posted. Yeah, exactly. So this has already been, I'm not bringing this up new and it's not being highlighted. So there are really large, really super large platforms, larger than us, that have posted this video. So it's not like we're posting anything new, but everyone's going to ask about social media conduct and all that. Well, so well, thank you, Patrick. Patrick in the comments says, I knew something was off with the when the fake page admins didn't ask for the usual weekly feet pics like the real page. To be honest, her refusal to obey orders would probably help. Quote, she fat AF, man. Jeff would be so disappointed. Yeah, exactly. Well, appreciate you guys. We have some fans that have sent us screenshots of individuals engaging the fake pages, and their content has been taken down or deleted or blocked from those pages, those fake WTF moments pages. So yeah, but don't worry. We had a couple of wins a couple days ago. A couple of the fake U.S. Army WTF moments pages were posting and shit, and then they got busted. You got to take it down. So I think we're down like to 4 of the 14 or 3 of the 14 fake pages that were out there. But respect the hustle, I guess. She's got to go. Refusing commands based on her wrists. That's coming from a civilian. I would just say, even having that implication or that perception that you are going to refuse a direct order. Then, of course, let's go into politics. Everyone thinks that everything that this administration doing anyways is an illegal order. You got to go to the motor pool, illegal order. You got to do PT test, illegal order. You got to get in uniform, illegal order. Everyone's just drumming up shit because they didn't want to fucking do anything just because they hate the current administrations. So it's just crazy to see soldiers got to get up and go do PT. This is an illegal order. Make sure, people fucking sending like phone numbers, posting phone numbers. Understand what it is an illegal order. Hey, always assume the orders are legal and disobey at your peril. See what happens. Just ban all live streams from soldiers and make it a policy. No one can go on live. And I'll be honest with you, that would be before Insomniac. That used to be the deal. That used to be the thing back in the day of an enforcement of a uniform standard. That used to be the thing. If you were posting in uniform or you posted anything that made you look like an ass, then yeah. Now, if you were in uniform and you're promoting the Army, obviously you're not doing anything. You're promoting the Army. You're promoting a positive image of that. But if you're there shit talking the Army, that's why the Army social media policy, that we called it the WTF Moments policy. After an Army Master Sergeant got an award for I have so many skills. I'll be able to carry 10 feet section ball. Yeah, come back. Make a decent engine. I have no illusions of being back as a 40-year-old grunt, but I can be useful. And all I wanted to be is be not a glory hound. Hey, man, fucking A, sign up there, Robert. Fucking A, dude. Go to the recruiting office, Robert. You never know. See what you got. I only joined the Army because I was pro level sweeping in the rain and pro level at sweeping rain in the rain, and I knew America needed me. All American, right? So there used to be in the social media policy, there was nothing actually before until an Army Master Sergeant at the time reported somebody and started shit talking back and forth to when she got an ARCOM for talking shit on somebody online. Now, could you imagine that timeline? Like if you were to go back in the future when that NCO got an ARCOM, and you go back to the Army and say, these are what soldiers are posting now. Oh my God, dude. The army would lose their shit. Nobody would believe it. They would say AI. Well, they wouldn't know what AI is back in the day. Broadcasting uniform is a scourge and prohibited as it implies a DoD endorsement and can appear unprofessional. Hell yeah, Insomniac. Encouraging disobedience or bringing the military into disrepute intentionally should be a no. Well, it is, actually. You're not supposed to be encouraging soldiers any type of sedition and stuff like that. Everyone, I mean, it's okay to fucking, like, I don't know, hey, the VA or the military fucked me over and this needs to be fixed. But to sit there and openly encourage soldiers not to join and then help them in their processes not to join or not to follow any orders, yeah, I don't fucking buy that. I don't like that either. So, all right. Oh my God. Somebody just sent me an image from Fancy Bear. What is that? No, we're talking about it right now, Pimp. We're talking about it right now. How do I feel? Shit. Let's ask everybody how they feel. This is not hair. This is hair, or this is actually, yeah. That's pretty sure why they raised the age. They got to get the season help back in. Only if it were true, Holly. Only if it were true. Yeah, I get there's a lot of things that change in the Army. Of course, yeah, exactly. Shit changes, the Army changes and all that, yeah. All right, let's see this image from Fancy Bear. A friend of the W.T.F. Nation. Fancy Bear. Look at that. Is that a natural hair color? Is that because nobody wanted to enforce it? Or is that because people enforce it and nobody gets their back? What's the deal? What's up with that? I guarantee that's wrong as fuck. So there's my thought on that. What do I think about that? Hell, I don't even think there's any branch of the military that would accept that shit, Pip. So yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't. That's a holdover. How do you know that's a holdover? This was at Bragg, right? Is that where this is at? Fancy Bear primarily focuses on the Fort Bragg footprint. So, yeah. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna have to hit up Fancy Bear and ask, hey, homies, who's this? So, anyways. Canadian military, maybe. No U.S. soldier. So yeah, I think that's a no-go. Again, sometimes I think leaders are afraid to approach a soldier, any soldier, doesn't matter, male, female, whatever color, to do a correction, because then the command doesn't want to look bad of doing that type of enforcement. But that right there, fucking purple-ish, pinkish hair. You thought it was Hood for a second? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Pip. I'll have to hit up Fancy Bear and ask the crew over there what the deal's with that. All right, so you want to talk about fitness? You want to talk about all this new stuff that's coming out? There's a memo floating around. Am I covering the AI song in the British Army? Oh my God, we got to get Fill Your Boots to come on. We got to get Fill Your Boots to come on here and shoot the shit. Fill Your Boots in the UK, across the pond, where our limey friends are at. That was a crappy fucking British accent. Where our British allies are at. That is the Fill Your Boots UK. That is the W.T.F. moments of the British military, of the British Army specifically. There's a lot of drama. I want to get the admin over there to come on and shoot the breeze. So me and Alfie, who's the admin of Fill Your Boots, we talk a lot. Well, not talk a lot, but we talk frequently, like once every few days or something like that. I got to hit him up, get him on the horn. Say, hey, dude, what's going on with this? Maybe we'll have some subtitles on there, because sometimes when he talks to me, I'm like, what was that? I gotta get my Euro speak in there. I gotta get my universal translator. Okay, so there. You don't think he likes you? What did you do? What did you do to piss off Alfie? PIQ? Damn, dude. It's pretty laid back. He's a good dude. What do you say? What do you say? Good dudes in Germany? In UK. Oops, sorry. In the UK. So there is a super duper PT test coming out on top of the PT test that you already have to take. Hey, you combat arms guys, combat arms, blue cords, brah, red legs, brah, rah, brah, sappers, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. You guys had to take there's a memorandum that's out that's called, there's a directive that came out. I've not seen anything signed, and I have a feeling, and now mind you, I've not seen anything signed. I have a feeling that this was leaked out to kind of like, I don't know, purposely acknowledge the force, purposely acknowledge the, but this establishes the combat field test as an Army fitness requirement and updates the Army fitness test in alignment with the Secretary of War's intent. Well, you guys are fucking gonna. All I know is that I travel posts, I travel installations, and I see the individuals that are out there, or hell, we get comments inside the inbox, and you just gotta look and scroll and open up the profile. This is the CFT that was designed to pass or fail. And almost like the old soft standards we used to do back in the day. Where you had to do a ruck in a certain amount of time. You had to have a PT test for a certain amount of time. You had to do some it was a multi-event stuff you had to do on top of your PT test. Called it soft standards. You gotta do soft standards. You gotta make sure you do something. So the CFT consists of 7 events that are performed in sequence: 1 mile run, dead stop push-ups, 100-meter sprint, 40-pound sand lifts onto a 65-inch platform, 50-meter carry of 2 5-gallon. We love our fucking 5-gallon water cans, don't we? Each weighing 40 pounds. 50-meter movement drill consisting of high crawl for 25 meters and a 25-meter 35-second rush and a second 1 mile. Man, I'm gonna say. Here's the standards right here. I think it's getting posted on W.T.F Moments soon. There is no prerequisite to take or pass the AFTFT prior or after the CFT. The CFT is not a substitute for the AFT. So if you pass this is a go no go event. You still have to take. Oh my god. Oh gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see all the friggin', oh my god, it's bullshit. Now, for some MOSs, if you got a PT program, the Combat Arms MOS, then you're good to go. You have no issues. For some, that is PT. The soldiers on permanent profile, yeah. Sergeant Porkneck, yeah, man. I'll say this. I don't want to say. I'll say it. Where's Josiah at? I'm going to say it, Josiah. Back at Bragg. That was a fucking normal PT day. Running the fucking obstacle course, running our dance, doing the little motivation courses that we had back at Bragg. There's no prerequisite to take or pass the EFT, or the minimum time between the record CFT and AFT is 4 months. So I can just imagine right now. You take an EFT, 4 months later, you're doing that CFT. Man, I can't wait to see what the inbox provides. It will provide. I think this is bullshit. We don't do this. We don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Enclosure 2, I'll show you the MOSs in a minute. Combat specialties. Who serve in the regular Army, active guard reserve, or reserve component on guard order, on active duty orders for 365 days more. For all other RC combat specialties, soldiers, the minimum time between the record fitness test or CFT is 8 months. Sergeant Porknet will not. I'm going to tell you what. Man, I'm sounding like an old first sergeant I used to have. I'll tell you what, buddy. I'm sounding like one of my old first sergeants, but with, one punch dad. A who the freak? All right, NCOs. Let me go back to the what's that? The uniform for the CFT is the Army. That's about to say what uniform you wear. You gotta wear your uniform. Top and bottom. Include brown t-shirt and combat boots, but no headgear. Man. All personnel taking the test must complete each event before moving on to the next. Individuals unable to complete an event, mind you, an event We terminated from the test, and the test will be recorded as a failure. Ooh. Soldiers on permanent profiles, obviously the same one. You can't take it, right? Yeah. Soldiers on combat specialties with permanent profiles prevent them from performing the primary event are ineligible to compete and will be evaluated. Oh, snappity snap. You don't have to take it, but you can't be here anymore. Will be evaluated for military occupational specialty, area, concentration, reclassification. Hell yeah. If you can't grunt and you can't pass the CFT, then you ain't grunting. See ya. If you're not an artillerist, see ya. If you can't artillery things of excellence. Waiver authority for reclassification resides with the General Court Martial Convening Authority. Ooh, man, so we're going to... yeah, exactly that. So we're going to get a lot of PAC clerks. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, or IT specialists. Soldiers granted waiver for a permanent profile will remain subject to an annual 2 AFT requirement. Yeah, it's going to get heated. It is going to get it. So it looks like something else to avoid beautification details to train for. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly that, Heath. That was an easy day at Bragg in the early night. Shit, even all the way up to the double aughts. We're gonna get that in a minute. We're gonna show that. We're gonna show the MOSs in a minute there, Chris. I have not looked at it. I thought that Boots and Utes PT that was a Tuesday. Yeah, exactly that. Man, I haven't heard that. Damn, Robert, I've not heard that MOS. I've not heard that nomenclature. That man, since I joined. Back in the 80s, early 90s. Boots and Utes. When you did Boots and Utes PT, utilities. Those were your BDUs. We used to say utilities. So Boots and Utes, meaning you wear your boots and utilities, your BDUs. That was exactly that. That was normal PT event. I'm gonna get that out in a minute, Chris. We'll go through the bosses. Implementation period. Now, mind you, I've not seen a signature on this. I'm not seeing SMA come out and saying, all right, we're going to do this. The implementation period takes a 1-year transition when no administrative action will be taken because of a failed CFT. Soldiers in the look at that. Now, look at this. This is a flaggable offense. This is a flaggable event. Soldiers in combat. I'm just gleaning and screening here. Soldiers in combat specialties failing the CFT will be flagged. This is gonna be fucking woo. Lord have a mercy. Lord. Yeah. So you see, there's not a signature on here. So that's why I'm saying this is a memo that is currently being floated around that I think got leaked. But probably a flare. A red flare, a shot across the bow, smoke signals, whatever you want to call it. So I would really, I'm kind of curious to see what is going to come out of this. Again, I think it's funny. If they call anyone a poke for not having to take it, flag for yeah, exactly. I'm about to say, hey, Brandon, that's a good point. There's a lot of pork necks that like to shit talk in the comments about anybody or everybody. We see it all the time. You fucking poke, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you did that. And then you go to their profile, and they're in 4th ID, 1st Armored Division, 1st ID. They're on JBLM, or they're in 11th Airborne, or wherever. That signal chat leak, yeah, yeah. And we scan they're the ones that are shit talking, fucking blah, 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 and then we like look at their Facebook profiles. If you have a foreign account, you can lock down your Facebook profile. So, I'm sorry, yeah, my bad. I'm getting there. So here's the MOSs. My apologies. My apologies. So these are again, this memo's not signed, but I think it got leaked. Fit, not fat, right? Fuck yeah. So let's see, 11 Alpha, that's on the 11th series right there. The Bravos, the Chucks, and the Zulus. Yep, there you go. 12s, Engineers. The Alphas, the Bravos, the Deltas. Yep, there you go. 13, there you go. You asked about 13 Fox. 13 Fox right there. 13 Alpha Fox. There you go. Those are the only two. I guess the other, isn't there another MOS in the 13 series field? Obviously, the Special Forces field. Did I do the CFT? Hell no, Gary. I took the ACFT, but that was it. Only took one. That was the one for. I'm out. So all of the 18 series MOSs, Special Forces, which obviously, those guys, those guys and gals are in shape already. 19 kilos. Now, here's where I think, me personally, and seeing the heft that's out there in most armored units, hey, we're combat arms. All right, get ready to take that CFT. Oh, I totally forgot. The 19 Charlies, that's right. So 19 Charlies are the Bradley Fighting Vehicle Crew. That's right. They changed they went from 11. Yeah, exactly. So now they're part of Armor. Cav Scout. Armor Senior Sergeant. So 19 Alphas. So all the 19 series MOSs. So Armor Officer, Bradley Fighting Vehicle, Cavalry Scout, M1 Armor Crewman, and of course the Armor Senior Sergeant. I think there should be other MOSs in there, but that's just me on what they do. But then again, I don't know the current breakdown or change of the MOS. That might be a reason why. What they should do. Have a little freaking competition here. And of course, 89 Delta, 89 Echo, EOD. EOD, they have to wear those special bomb suits. They have special equipment that they have to wear, so that's an obvious right there. But what I think should do is 13 Bravos, yeah. 13 Bravo, yeah, exactly. But I think didn't they meld the MOSs? Anyways. If I was first sergeant, if I was your first sergeant, or if I was your ops sergeant major, pull string, go boom, yeah. I'd have friendly competition. I'd have the combat arms MOS guys and gals do their thing against the support MOSs, and then have friendly competition. I would laugh if I see the S1 just crushing the CFT. The way they do ESB anyways, everyone fucking is gonna go do it anyways. So, it's the E3B PT test without the plate carrier. Yeah, you still do it. Yeah, you still do it in uniform. That's what I read earlier. That's what I had posted up earlier on the other one. Like I said, we've not seen anything documented. We've not seen any of these leaking out. Normally, we don't ever talk about stuff that's in draft or unsigned, but this exploded on the inbox as well. So we were like, we're just gonna go ahead and talk about it during the pod. But I would, if I was your first sergeant, I'll get all the support MOSs and have contests, like guys in the 3 shop. Most of them are. Well, I'd say the 1, the 2, and the 4 and the 6 have competitions to see who's got the higher. Man, and you know what's gonna happen? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Spanky's in there. I can see her. I see that little S3 thing. Slides will be built. There will be some slides built. I'm going to tell you what, when these tests first come out, if, of course, this gets passed the way it is, the first person that gives us the slides of how many combat arms, not counting Special Forces guys, because that's their Tuesday PT events, they'll pass it. But of all the combat MOSs that are out there, we would like to see a slide of how many of them not make it. For science. We might think of a little something incentive there, some little swaggish. Something that's maybe some swag, maybe a ball cap, maybe some stickers or something like that. Just to kind of what would happen. Because we want to see. We want to see how the CF. Now, don't get me wrong. I 100% support this type of training or this type of testing to be done. 100%. 100%. You were thinking park slides? No, I'm sorry. PowerPoint graphics. Statistical slides. Pointed on the in PowerPoint, like a screenshot of what your statistics are of how many of the combat arms guys and gals didn't make it. So again, just kind of like we'll see what's gonna happen. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, you don't like PowerPoint slides? They're you don't like PowerPoint slides, PIQ? Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, let me was that all the stuff we were gonna talk about? Was that I just wanted to make sure that I was all my that was all on what I was gonna discuss. You guys are pretty active in the chats, appreciate it. Another fitness test. Oh, and DFACs, all right. Let me pull this up here. Let me pull it up again. They should have a retire. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. And PowerPoint has a special place in hell for me. Okay. Yeah. 68 whiskey should be on. You know, that's a good point. You know what? That is a good point, Nicholas. That is a damn good point. 68 whiskey should be on there because of the amount of the equipment that you got to carry. Heath said, Heath, and this is I'm quoting Heath in the chats. I was airborne infantry, so basically Delta Force. Yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so the McGregor DFAC. There's only like one DFAC for the area. For the last 2 days, what? They don't even carry a weapon. No, but the gear that they got to carry, Brandon. You're talking about the 68 whiskeys. They got to carry, like I said, if you got to carry extra shit, normal than what another Irish soldier would have to carry, I think that would kind of like make him take it. But like again, me, if I was your first sergeant, I'd make everybody do it. I'd be like, all right. But I would incentivize the non-combat arms MOSs, and I would tell the combat arms MOSs, well, that's your job. That's part of your lane, right? You got to take the CFT because that's what you're supposed to do. The support MOSs, that's outside what you're supposed to do. So I'd incentivize it. Like a 4-day pass. You know, who can do the most push-ups or something? I would, I'd egg it on just to get a little friendly competition, some rivalry in there. So the McGregor DFAC. Everyone's like, oh, you guys posted long line of DFACs. So what? Who cares? That's normal. The soldiers understand. The soldiers do understand that. And of course, they totally get it. We got it. There's a lot of soldiers. There's a lot of movement going on McGregor. Or I should say in the area that utilizes the McGregor DFAC. And doing so, what's that? Geneva Convention. Yeah, got it. What I'm saying, Brandon, is the extra gear that they have to carry outside other than what somebody else has to carry. Like an average soldier only has to take what their pack, whatever. A medic has to take a lot more. A little extra. There's a DFAC in this area here. I'm just going to say there's a lot of movement and a lot of personnel moving in and out of that area that use the DFAC. And so all the soldiers are asking, all the unit leaders there are asking is just open up the hours a little bit more so that way the lines won't be so congested. That's all it is. Whoa, Brandon! Whoa! Time out, Brandon! Woo! Time out, Brandon. He knows the airborne life. Oh my God! I can't believe we're having all this defamation and this slander in the comments. I know Heath personally. Yes, he knows of airborne life. So, anyways. There's one more admin note that I wanted to cover. Let me just double check to make sure I got my notes up here on my agendas. All right, so you guys know that, obviously W.T.F Nation, amongst our staff, we have a very diverse staff on what we do. You should see the lines. Does he know SOCOM? No, I'm just saying he was stationed in the 82nd. Is what I'm telling you. He knows the airborne things, airborne infantry stuff. He was in the 82nd, so it's kind of like everybody knows. If you're assigned to the 82nd or have graduated from the greatest all advanced airborne course, the Jump Master course, like myself, then you know that the 87 IRF GRF life. You know that, yeah, he knows it. So, all right. So if you guys know that one of the talent that we have in the WTF Nation HQ, we got editors and artists and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff would not be happening without the guys and gals behind the scene that we have that do the comms, that do the coordination and stuff with all of our guests. Well, one of our members of our staff, he's an editor. Got the best veteran short film, Our Trespasses, a film by Rick Serta. He's one of the editors on the team. So all the baller ass videos and little snippets and cuts and stuff like that. That's all. That's 5x5. That's its call sign. Our Trespasses, one of the latest shorts film, Our Trespasses, just earned the best veteran short at the Austin Indie Fest. Yes, all that wine, cheese, and yes, indubitably. So congrats, 5x5, also known as Rick Serta. He directed the film and also serves as the editor for us, for some of the videos, shorts, and stuff like that. In some of the long form interview snippets and stuff like that you can catch on all of our platforms. So yeah, big congratulations to him and his team. This is pretty cool. I like this shit. This is the stuff I'm talking about. This is this is some wins here. So I love the wins. So anyways, I think that covered all I wanted to. Yeah, I think we'll go my notes here. Yep, that was it. So we'll keep you posted. That's why we didn't post, by the way, that's why we posted the that memo. We don't know if it's legit, sort of kind of legit. Is it going to happen? Why wasn't it signed? Blah, blah, blah. So we talked about it. That could be it. It could change when a lot of tankers don't pass. I should break balls with my tankers. I'm sorry. I was an alumni, 1st Armored Division. I should be talking shit about my fellow tankers. Well, not my fellow tankers, but the old Ironside soldiers. I'm not a tanker. I went to Fort Knox for basic training, but I was not a tanker. So, at any rate, yeah, I think that kind of covers it all. I think that goes through all my little agendas there. Let's see what you all doing, and what you all got going on. This starts time on Thursdays at 8 Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you guys know all of our shows. I'm not calling. No, stop. I'm not. Nicholas, you trying to get me in trouble with TJ? Nah, man. I'm not calling him fat. I have heft myself, so I cannot talk. I cannot call anybody fat. I cannot. Nicholas, what are you trying to get me in trouble with my fellow old Ironsiders? You guys are awesome in the chats. So this starts time every Thursday at 8 Eastern Standard Time. And of course, 8 p.m., I should say, Eastern Standard Time. And let's just take a look at the lineup. Look at that. Bam. There we go. So tomorrow we got FTX. I think we got FTX. Yeah, I think we do have FTX. I don't think that is a bye week. And then that is the WTF Nation staff, and they go out and they have their little board games and do little tabletop exercises and stuff like that. That's on Fridays, and then every other Friday, I should say. And then we have weekend co-ops with Nemo, gaming with everybody, gaming with, man, you name your organization, he's gaming. Valor Gaming, Stack Up. He is also gaming with other, oh shit, I forgot to put my camera up there so I can't pick my nose. Here I am, like, scratching my butt and stuff, and you guys can see me. He with gaming developers, and he also has guests coming on too, weekend co-ops, and that is on Saturdays at 8 Eastern Standard Time. And then on Sundays at noon Eastern Standard Time is The Reset with Dr. J. You guys should check out Dr. J. As I said before, Sundays are going to be a wellness type of, wellness, like spa type stuff. So we're going to have We're working on mental wellness. That's what Dr. J's working on. We're going to have spiritual wellness. We might have some, bring back the smoke pit to old man hours. We're going to have spiritual wellness, and we're going to have physical wellness, like yoga shit and one with themselves and all that. So Sunday is going to be focused on that. You can already see the theme right there. And we've got a lot of great feedback on Dr. J's show, The Reset. On Monday at 1900 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have The King and Me with the actual King Smith and Michelle. And then Mondays, obviously, is the Monday edition with myself and Massey when he's not traveling or not working. The Monday edition, 8 p.m. Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then CQ, the Pop Culture Warrior, Michael Carrasquillo, and his mad staff of Mad Mike and Angry Elf. I'll be honest with you, Mad Mike keeps it real on a lot of his stuff when he talks about pop culture. He's actually he's actually saying what I think when we talk about pop culture when it's on there. The Smoke Pit is on a break for a second, but that is on Wednesdays. And that you got to bring back. Wait, you want old man hours? What does that mean, Gary? Are we talking about old men that can't sleep and have insomnia, or normal old men that have to go to bed at a certain time? They're on a break anyways, so it normally comes on, I think, at 11 or something like that, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Sports Bar with the actual King Smith again. And the coach, what do you hear? What do you say? Angry Elf is still alive. Insomniac, Angry Elf, like when Siku goes to AwesomeCon, like he just went for AwesomeCon. So you guys are going to see some videos get posted. But he goes to AwesomeCon and he does his interviews and stuff like that. The guys behind the camera that are usually, working the cams and stuff like that is the pop culture staff. And so they go up and do their stuff and all that. So he's still alive. Old men that are in bed by 10. Oh, okay. So you want to bring it back to 8 again. Yeah, we'll have to wait, Gary. And then, of course, Sergeant's Time with myself and Spanky. She's on a break right now as well. And then she'll be back. So I think she's gone for another 2 weeks or a week or so or something like that. So when she comes back, she'll be back ready to shit talk and talk shit about everybody. As a matter of fact, when the CFT stuff happens, maybe last time we didn't, I think me and we did a PT test one time. We did some PT with a unit one time. So I'm curious to see about the CFT, man. Again, we're not gonna post the actual one unless it's verified. We're gonna wait to see what happens. But I think that memorandum was leaked. So make sure you share, like, and follow. We're broadcasting live on 5 different platforms. 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and Sergeant's Time. It's got its own Facebook page. And, of course, every show is broadcasted on X at WTF Nation Radio. We're also streaming on, like, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and stuff like that. So, there. We got some other... Do I got a graphic for that one, too? I think I got a graphic for that one. Let's see. But no, I don't. I do have a graphic, but it's not set. I gotta fix the graphics. Flat dick in here. Let me see. Nope, I don't have it. Okay, I thought I did. All right. Anyways, so y'all have a good night. Smoking if you got them. Take a knee. You guys have a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in. Shots. See you.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
No Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.